What's good with the YouTube fight fans all over the world? It's your boy, the realest of the real. Yes, sir. I said it. Real talk boxing. It is a privilege and honor and a major blessing to be back with you beautiful people yet again. Okay, I watched the face-off, the sit-down between Jake Paul and Tyrone Woodley. I just finished watching the weigh-in, and pretty stacked card, man. I had no idea that Montana Love was fighting on the undercard. I follow Montana on Instagram. Very slick fighter. Pretty, a little arrogant for my taste. A little brash for my taste. Showboat, but for the most part, he's very, very slick. Has a style much like Adrian Broner's. But I don't know the name of his opponent, but I've seen him fight before. He looked very familiar when I seen him. I believe he's from Russia. Looking forward to that fight. I am looking forward to see Daniel Dubois do his thing. Hoping, that he comes out on top. I want to see him continue to grow. And I think that loss from the Juggernaut is actually going to help him and not hinder him, in my honest opinion. I think that's going to help him grow. And, of course, Amanda Serrano, a young lady who has a lot of wins, a lot of knockouts, and a lot of belts. Looking forward to that. I'll argue to say that should be the main event fight. Not sure of her opponent. Don't even know how to pronounce her name. But, it should be a good fight. Nevertheless, it's Amanda Serrano. So, what I really want to get on here and say, to tell you guys, I want to give my prediction on who's going to win between Woodley and Paul. Watching the sit down, the mother incident came up, and Woodley stated that I don't care what was going on or what was said. If there was any disrespect shown towards your mother or anything of that nature, I would have told my teammate, my member, to sit down and shut up. I would have slapped him to let him know, hey, man, you don't do that kind of stuff. Now, there was a lot of back and forth about what actually happened. The first time I made the video on it, I didn't have the whole scenario because no matter how flat you make a pancake, there's always two sides to it. From what I gather now, seeing everything from all different angles, is that Woodley stated that to Jake Paul's teams were a bunch of clowns and cheerleaders and sack chasers, pretty much. They didn't like it, and one of his members, Paul member, said that, hey, at least he's got a full team. At least he's got a whole team. And then Woodley's mom playfully said, hey, he's got Mama Woodley. He don't need no team. And they were going back and forth, I believe, from what I saw, which wasn't too serious. And then Jake Paul's member said, hey, man, this is the third grade. You don't have to protect your son. And I think it was not Jake Paul, but Woodley's sister who got up and irate. And everything just escalated. My main point in that video, and even the video after, and even now, is that I believe Jake could have put a halt to it all by not getting in Tyrone's ear, trying to further on the altercation. By Jake doing that tells me if there was actually something serious going on, some serious disrespect to Tyrone Woodley's mother, that he would have played off of it still just to sell the fight, and I don't respect that. I respect what he does. I respect his not really his accolades. He hasn't really fought anybody until tomorrow night. There was a true threat. But I respect his grind and the fact that he's improving, as a boxer, period. And I've stated that. But anytime you say anything remotely close to being disrespectful to Jake Paul, his fans come at you like a thundercat. They come at you with them claws. But nevertheless, I like what Tyrone Woodley said. There was a lot of things that they went back and forth with and about at that sit-down face-off. And they kind of stopped each other both in their tracks. I think Tyrone Woodley may have gotten the better of that sit-down face-off. Not that that matters in the fight. It doesn't. Because I know that Woodley brought up, the allegations about PEDs. And Jake kind of looks like, in my opinion, like he was surprised by that. Like he caught him off guard. Like, well, okay, why you want to say that? And I'm not sitting here saying that I think Jake has been on PEDs or is on PEDs now. I don't know that. I don't think that they've ever drug tested in any of Jake Paul's fights. But Jake, it looked like it rubbed Jake the wrong way, in my honest opinion. Could be wrong. But Jake said that, hey, we'll get drug tested anyway. I don't know how serious he was by saying that, but, you know, it is what it is. But all that's, you know, shenanigans and play talk. What I really want to get into is who I think is going to win and why. Now, I'm pulling for the OJ. I'm pulling for the OG because I'm an advocate for the OGs. I'm a mascot for the OGs. You know, I'm up trying to do my thing, and anybody 40 plus, I'm rolling with. and plus, you know, Jake kind of ticked me off with having the opportunity to stop something that, you know, broke out bigger than what it should have been. He didn't start it, but, you know, judging by how he reacted to it is what made me mad. I'm really pulling for Woodley to win. And I think Woodley does have a chance to win. But in all honesty, in my heart of hearts, man, in my heart of hearts, I think Jake Paul's going to win this freaking fight, man. I think Jake Paul is going to win this freaking fight. That was hard for me to say. I respect him, and then I don't respect him. I like him, and then I don't like him. He just says and does a lot of stupid things, man. But he's not a stupid kid. He's not. He knows what he's doing. He has picked his fighters very strategically, much like Mayweather in his later part of his career. He picks his opponents strategically. None of his opponents has been taller. None of his opponents has been bigger. None of his opponents has been a true boxer. None of his opponents have been true knockout artists until Tyrone Woodley. But there's a rhyme and a reason why he chose Tyrone Woodley. First of all, let me get on what I think Tyrone Woodley does that's going to lead him into a loss against Jake Paul. Now, I will say this. I think Woodley is going to test Paul early. I think he would even catch Paul, rock Paul, hurt Paul. I think we're going to see Paul go through some type of adversity during this fight. I really and truly honestly do. Watching someone on a hand mitts, touch and goes, slips, you know, weaves, catches, and all that good stuff, that's all good. But Woodley's head movement, I think it's not there. I think he stays on the center line way too long. A recipe for disaster with someone who has a strong straight right hand, such as Jake. Back in the day, he used to pivot and then throw the big overhand right and connect. He doesn't even do that a whole lot. He's on a 4-loss losing streak. He is 39, 40 years old. I think Tyrone Woodley has 1 foot out of the door. And plus, he's shorter and smaller. And his gas tank is questionable, and his chin is questionable. And on top of that, he doesn't have a good jab. He doesn't have a good stick. He doesn't extend his jab all the way. And if you have a lazy jab against someone who has a strong right hand, it's a recipe also for disaster. I think it's going to be a 5th, 6th round, maybe stoppage, maybe knockout. I'm leaning more towards a stoppage. But nevertheless, my gut, my heart of hearts, I think Jake Paul's going to win this fight. And I'm not happy about saying that, and I hope I'm wrong, because I would really like to see Woodley win this fight. I got to be honest. I'm being biased. At the same time, I'm being honest. Like, I want Woodley to win. I do. I really, really do. And it's not the fact that I think the Paul brothers are a mockery. They're making a mockery of the sport. I don't think that they're bad for the sport. Honestly, it brings more fans to the sport who weren't even boxing fans to begin with. If you're going to be mad at these kids for finding out a way to make money, more money on top of the money that they have, then I just think, in my opinion, I think it's hating, man. I really do. Because if you're going to be mad at anybody, be mad at boxing in general. Because we can't get the fights that the fans want to see. We can't get the best fighting the best. We can't. So we lean towards these sideshow fights which is honestly, in my opinion, is helping boxing. In some way, shape, or form, it's helping boxing. You get mad at me all you want, but don't get mad at these kids for making millions, for going out and fighting. It's boxing's fault. It's not the Paul brothers' fault. It's not. It's boxing. Point blank, period. Now, man, Woodley, move your head, bro. Extend that jab. Snap that stick, bro. You gotta, don't stay on the center line, because sooner or later you're going to get caught, man. And a lot of people, here's the thing, too. A lot of people think that Jake Paul's going to come out southpaw, because he showed that in the media workout. I don't think that that's going to happen. I don't. I was having a conversation with my man, Gear Up Survival, and he thinks Paul is going to come out in the southpaw position and then switch up. Well, switching back and forth isn't good. Number one, you're off balance when you switch up. And if you don't switch up on the inside in a tie-up or a clinch, switching up on the outside, it's not good. It's not a good thing to do. And I don't think he's going to go out there and jeopardize getting knocked out by, I don't care how long he's in the southpaw position. By being in the southpaw position, period, is dangerous for him against Woodley. So I just don't see that feasible. I don't see that benefiting him. I just really, truly don't. He just threw that in there just to throw it in there to throw some people off their game. Point blank, period. In my opinion, I could be wrong. But if Woodley doesn't use that stick the way it's supposed to be used, if he don't get off the center line, he's getting knocked out later in the fight, in my opinion. I hope I'm wrong, because I want to see Woodley win. I'm rolling with the OG. I'm just saying. Stacked undercard. Really hyped to see it. And yeah, before I leave, man, my man Darius came by. We had our first training session today, the guy who asked me to train him. And we did about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes worth of work. We did bag work, we skipped some rope, and we did focus mitts. The dude he pays attention to detail. He takes instruction very, very well. He didn't want me to post anything on YouTube on this platform because he feel like he's not ready yet. Physically, he's not in shape. He wants to be sharp. But I did post a sneak peek, about a 15-second reel of me, showing some slips and some weaves and then countering with a touch and go and a straight left cross. He's a southpaw like myself. Love it. And if you want to see that, you can go to my Instagram and check it out. Just a small clip. It went very, very well today. And I was just it felt so good to put the hand mitts back on and actually work with somebody. You never know what could come of it. You know what I'm saying? But, I'm anxious to see this fight, all the undercards, man. To be honest with you, I think it's going to be very, very entertaining. I'm ready to see Tommy Fury do his thing against this Anthony Taylor guy. He's a straight clown. He is such a immature dude. And I want Tommy to win because this dude he's a clown, man. He don't take nothing seriously. Tommy should win with those sharp shoulders. You see Tommy's shoulders are sharp, bro, like shoulder pads. Like, you ever watch the Power Rangers when the Red Ranger would, like, get that gold-plated shoulder piece and sharp shoulder? Yeah, sharp shoulder, Tommy Fury. I think he should win the fight, man. I really do. I'm anxious to see what he's going to do because that's a potential fight for Jake next, which is, again, not a huge threat because Tommy's not that good of a boxer. There's a rhyme and a reason why Jake does things, man. It really is. If Jake wins, cool. If he loses, even cooler, because I want to see Woodley win. I just don't think Woodley, I don't think he's going to have the gas tank, the chin, or the jab to do it. I'm sorry. I have to be truthful. I have to be honest. But never mind what I'm talking about. I want to know what you're talking about, though. We want you coming down below and let your boy Real Talk know. Join me tomorrow, Lord willing, 8 o'clock. We're going to go on right when it starts. We're not going to start at the freaking main event. We're going to go on right when the card starts. So hopefully we'll have fun. Hopefully I don't bore you people to death. But join me, man. I believe it's going to be fun. We shouldn't have no complications. We should be straight on internet connection. You get what I'm saying? Join me, man. Holler at me. Kick it with me. As always, respect all. Fear none. God bless. Till the next time, Real Talk Boxing, baby. We up. Cock it. And we out of here. Bye, yeah.